everyone. Today I'm going to go ahead and go over how to do a reference page in APA 7th edition. I will discuss some of the changes we've made from 6th to 7th since that's happened so recently, and also some of the common mistakes that I tend to see. And lastly, I want to incorporate some of the ways that we can handle the actual formatting and the physical formatting of how a reference page is supposed to look in Word, because I think a lot of people are not aware that there are some much easier ways to set up our reference page. So let's start with the title or the heading. This is our reference page heading. I've made it plural because I have more than one reference. And you can see right now that it is not bold and it's left aligned. I'm going to go ahead and center that, which is where it is supposed to be. And according to APA 6th, we did not bold our reference heading. However, in APA 7th, we did. So I'm going to come right over here to bold, and I'm going to hit that. And now my reference heading is centered and bold. And what I'm working with is I've got 5 different references here. I have 4 journal articles and a book. Something that this might be the way that a reference page that you're working on looks. One thing that we'll notice right away is that we don't have what APA is known for, and that's the hanging indent. And what I found oftentimes, most of the time what my students do is they come over here and then they hit enter and then they go up here and they try to do it manually. And let me just tell you, not only does that absolutely suck to try to do, it's so difficult and it never quite works the right way. Let me show you the easy way to do this. What you're going to do is you're going to highlight all of your references. And then you're going to go up here. You're in the Home tab. We're going to come over here to the Paragraph section. We're going to do this little drop down arrow that you see right here. I'm going to go into Special under Indentation. So I'm right here in Indentation. I'm going to come over here to Special where it says None. I'm going to click on Hanging. There's my hanging indent. Boom. And I hit Apply or OK. And there we have it. Now they are all hanging. Is that not way easier than that whole indent, space, 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 space? Oh, darn it. Too much. Too little. Oh my gosh. Yeah, now we don't have to do that. Boom. They all have the hanging indent. We love it. So what we need to do next, though, another problem that I'm seeing is in APA, we're supposed to have our references not in the order that they appear in the paper, not in the order that you found them on the internet, but in alphabetical order according to the last name of the first author. So we've got Gillespie, Lindau, Flynn, McCarthy, Brown. We want to put these in alphabetical order. And again, instead of copy and paste and cut and move and all of that, if you just highlight everything, you go up to the Home tab, and you look for this little A to Z, and sometimes you'll see it here. Sometimes I think even Review, no, maybe Review doesn't have it. Sometimes I find it over here, maybe when I'm on a smaller screen. But look for this A to Z with the arrow going down. So we're going to click on that, and yes, we want to alphabetize according to, it's calling it a paragraph because each of my references is connected. All the sentences are connected to each other. So it's kind of treating them like paragraphs. I want to highlight according to that. Highlight everything. I want to sort alphabetical according to that. And I want to sort ascending. So A at the top all the way down to Z. Descending would be Z at the top all the way down to A. We definitely want ascending. I'm going to click OK. And now I've got Brown, and then Flynn, and then Gillespie, and then Lindau, and then McCarthy. And so it's in alphabetical order. And quite frankly, that was way easier than even me having to talk about it. So now we've got everything in alphabetical order. We've got our hanging indents. We've got our heading properly centered and bold. One other problem that I'm seeing that a lot of people tend to not recognize is this additional space between each of the references. And this is because the default for Word is to allow an additional space whenever we hit the Enter key. But in APA 7th, we don't do that. We want to remove that. So, and I am going to grab the reference heading here because you can see there's additional space. This is farther than a normal double space. So I'm going to grab all of these. I'm going to highlight all of them. And I'm going to go into my layout tab. So not my home tab. I'm going to click on layout. And I'm going to go over here and look at this before and after. And if you see the before is 0, that's great. The after is at 8. And that's that little extra space that we're finding. So if I make this 0, that space goes away. You'll notice if I make it a lot bigger, you'll see it a lot more. But it's every time you hit the enter key. So I'm just going to go down here. I'm going to make it 0. And now they're all well spaced as far as double spaced only with no additional space. So let's dig in just a little bit deeper because we're almost done. How lovely was this? Okay, so one other thing that is a common mistake that I see is the title of a journal article and a book, actually, but the title should not be in title case, meaning only the first word of the title should be capitalized, not all of the proper nouns or all words larger than 4 letters. So this is a big one that a lot of people aren't aware of this, but we want to make all of these lowercase. So just go through here. And because this is a colon or semicolon, this first A is treated like a first word again. So it's the first word of the title and the first word after a colon or semicolon. So that is correct. Now, as far as the journal article name, I'm sorry, not the journal article, the journal name, the journal title, that is title case, which is, you'll notice, the uppercase or the capitalization of all words larger than 4 letters or all of the nouns. So that is correct. So we can go through here and we'll keep checking on that. Correct, correct. This is a book title. So a book title, again, should not be uppercase. R would be, because that's the proper name and that's the name of the program. And we'll just scoot right over here. Okay. Study section. Oh, study. I almost missed that one. That was a little trick on the eye there. A study and journal is. All right. So our titles are good. Our journal titles are good. Titles of our articles, titles of our journals, titles of our books are all good as far as capitalization. Now let's look at one last thing, or not, maybe it's the second to last thing. One of the things that you'll notice is the page numbers should be in APA 7th. We want to have complete page numbers for the first and the last. So 1194 to 1202 is perfect. This one right here, 823 to 28. So that's sort of an abridged. That is incorrect. We want to be sure and complete it. Instead of 823 to 28, we want to say 823 to 828. That is also a good rule for APA that not all other formats or writing styles adhere to. Looking ahead, these two are good. Okay, great. And as far as our book title goes right here we've got our book title. We no longer, in APA 6, we used to put the location of the publisher, but we no longer do that. So I'm going to remove that. We just put the publisher name. I don't know why that changed from 6th to 7th. My only guess is that there's probably a lot of publication companies that are happening in multiple places, and I guess we just don't feel that it's necessary to know. I'm not on the APA manual board, so I'm not sure how the rules come to be. I just know how to put them up on a video and make my students follow them. Anyway, hopefully this was some help, and that's how a reference page should look when you are done with it. I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks.